Good morning. Forgive the quirks in the sound bite because I'm having to film later in the morning and there's a lot more people awake. We today are going to talk a little bit about limitations and how that can equal creativity, and also give an overview of where we are with our creative goals for 2020. We're roughly about halfway through the year of 2020, and it has been very interesting. Many social layers, which I believe is going to change the way we interact in the world. There should be many good things about this, but also many more challenges. I believe that our culture is due for change. Also the world at large. But back to our original conversation. How does limitations equal creativity? How do we take what might be a negative thing in our lives and use it to our advantage? A lot of people have limitations that are forced upon them. Some are just at that stage in life that the limitations are a part of life. And other times we're able to construct limitations that are actually planned out and beneficial for ourselves and others. If you want to look at limitations like goals, that's one way. But most oftentimes, we see limitations as negatives. So we approach them as if it's a negative. But if you take your restriction of only using one color of paint, or only using a pen and paper, no eraser, no graphite, no going back, what would it do for your mind? How does it open up your mind? Is it freeing? Or are there so many worries about being perfect in your drawing or in your artwork that limits you in a negative way? And how do you overcome that negativity? This issue can be quite complex, especially when you're dealing with the emotions and the frame of mind we have as perfectionists. And I am not going to pretend like I know the answers to that complexity. There are some things art related that I've been able to work on in order to become more fluid and loose with my drawing style and different ways to approach my artwork, so I'm less focused on having to be perfect at it. When I first started out, I would use a timed limitation where you would take an image and you would spend 10 minutes on that image, and then the next time you would take it down to 5 minutes, and then a third time you would take it down to 2 minutes, fourth time 1 minute, and possibly even the next time 30 seconds. What this limitation would let me do is, not only was it teaching me how to draw faster, but it taught me some of the artistic basics, like seeing shape and form and mood and emotion and rhythm before I add the details. Thus, this limitation offered me the chance to speed up because you get the building blocks down first on the page. This is a great example of a self-imposed limitation that allows you to grow without the stress or pressure of other people judging you, judging your artwork, especially when you're first learning how to create. You don't need the naysayers. Take my goal number 1, use what you have. This is actually a self-imposed limitation because I am telling myself I cannot create any artwork unless I already have the supplies here. Period. Now, we did discuss in previous vlogs that if I needed something specific and I didn't have it for an art show or something that was considered more professional, that I would take that extra step and go purchase that item. Of course, with COVID, it was difficult to do that, but I would still make that effort because it is representing my artwork to the public eye. But with that self-inflicted limitation, I'm allowing my mind to create unhindered. A great example of this is In-N-Out or Chick-fil-A, because they have a limited menu. So your mind does not have to kill itself to make a decision. You knew you went there for simplicity. Same thing with my artwork. If I have to only look at this one box of art supplies, my mind is freed within that limitation. And though it sounds very similar, goals and limitations are two different things in what I'm trying to describe here. Take the second part of goal 1 for me was using up all my art journals before I buy a new piece of technology like a tablet or a new Cintiq or computer. This is more like a goal. The goal is to purchase these things. Limitations are more like, I cannot buy this Cintiq until I have finished with all of these journals. So in this case, it's more of a marriage. You're setting goals and then using limitations to achieve that goal. For goal number 2, we have getting involved. We have put on hold the in-person galleries, but we're definitely looking around for online communities. But we figured if we start with online communities, it might lead to a path of actual galleries. So this can be stuff like DeviantArt or possibly, gosh, I can't remember the other one. There are several out there, so we'll be looking around to get more involved with those. We definitely want to establish a strong online presence, but you have to start small. So we're going to look into websites and building our own websites and creating the content to go on those websites. If you start simple and you limit yourself to just a few things, then you can grow from there and learn as you grow, instead of getting ahead of yourself and possibly giving up before you've even completed your goals. Okay, I think I've gone over my time slot. So until next time, thank you for all you do, and have a blessed day.